Hello and welcome. Today we'll be showing you how to remove unwanted objects in any photography. Let's begin.
Bokeh Photos.
So the most simple of examples, you have a nice photography and there is always something you don't really want in your photography. Either people, either some objects, either some very colorful stuff in the background like McDonald's sign or some huge Pepsi advertisement. You just simply don't want them because they are ruining your frame. So how to remove them? Very simply. Look at those examples and let's remove a couple of things from a couple of different photographies. Okay, so this is our just simple cityscape, and we, for example, like to remove this because it's text. So text, always, our eyes as human beings will always want to read something, and it will be, I mean, at least for me, it just simply gets all my attention instead of this nice color grading that is going on here and the epic sunset. So let's use the Inpaint brush tool and just simply go all over it. Bam. This does maybe look like there is a lack of something, but I don't really care. I would also remove this. Okay, this is hideous. Let's go right in and do it part by part. Let's make our brush smaller. Just a couple of strokes to clean it up, and there you have it. Nothing here. This also, let's just simply, this is just how I can just simply show you how to do it, and you can remove pretty much anything you want. And then there's just a simple cleanup that you also can do with the Inpaint tool, and that's it. Totally different stuff right now, as you can see. Let's just simply, for fun, remove that dish. Let's see how it will look. Bam, it's not perfect, but from the perspective, like from here, nobody will notice. If they will pixel peep, yes, but if you pixel peep, you always notice, so please don't do this. It's very, very sad and very, very bad, especially for your psyche and your mental health. So, as you can see, this is how you can remove unwanted elements from your photography. That's it. Let's go with another example. Okay, this is a little bit of cleaning up with that photography that we can do with the Inpaint tool, and let's try and do it. So where I would start somewhere around here. For instance, I would remove that white corner. I don't like that. We could, as you can see, it's pretty, it just simply copied the part next to it, but hey, this is how those algorithms work. Unfortunately, you won't be able to do much with this, but let's just keep it as this. Nobody will notice anyway. Okay, the duck, let's just remove the duck. Let's just say I don't want it here. Okay, great. Now let's remove that, because this, I don't really like that. It shows like everything is simply very busy there, too much details. It's just simply trashy. I don't like that. Let's fix the shadow here. Let's try to remove that, because this also doesn't look very well. Okay, let's try. And guys, I'm using only the Inpaint tool right now. Nothing fancy, nothing else. Okay, this is not perfect. Let's get back a little bit and try to do it again. Okay, nobody will notice. There is a little bit of an issue here, but let's try and make this edge a little bit less harsh, I would say. This works nice. Let's use the clone stamp tool. Take this color from here and just paint it a little bit here, so it will be more green. And now we can use the patch tool on this part and just simply add the part of the way from here. And okay, I will just simply keep it as this. So what else we can do? Unwanted elements. All those dirt parts that are a little bit bigger and just simply get our attention. We don't want that. Let's make the brush a little bit lower. Inpainting tool and just simply remove it so it will be a lot more even out throughout the frame. This part we can also remove. This just makes the whole photo look a lot cleaner, and I would say just simply easier to watch, to see, to experience. Those parts we can also remove. We don't need this really. And if there are always just like that, lower down, make your brush smaller, and then start again. From the edges, slowly move towards the bigger parts. Maybe this. Okay, there is something visible here, but we can see this only because we know this. And guys, that's pretty much it. This is how we can clean up a photo, remove any unwanted elements. It's very simple. Just use the inpainting tool, clone brush stamp, and patch tool. This is just perfection. Okay, so let's move to another example. How to remove unwanted elements, part 3. And let's try and remove that boat, just as an example. Inpainting tool. Or you know what? Not inpainting tool. Let's use the patch tool. Let's surround all we have here. The boat. And just try to replace this with a little bit of that here. A bit lower, perhaps, yes. And bam, there we have it. Guys, it doesn't look that perfect, but this is all in shadow, so I would say it's pretty decent. What we might add is smudge brush tool, where we will simply just smudge everything around with strength. I'm usually using 1 or 2%. And let's try and use this a little bit here. Just make everything a little bit out of focus, more soft. And that's it, guys. This is how I would leave it. We can eventually try and remove that part right here. Okay, a little bit of lag there, but nothing to worry about. Let's just simply remove this. Bam, looks a lot better, right? We can also try and remove this whole thing here and make it black. So we will have a nice fall from very light to very black, which will make that part also not just simply blacker. We can of course paint this a little bit so the gradual change from the very bright to very dark will be more even out, but as you can see, there was a boat and there is no boat anymore. So this is how we can do it. And of course the moon on the black background, it's simple as hell. Just paint over it and voila, there was no moon anywhere nevertheless. Okay, so this is how you remove elements from photography. It's very simple. Just learn to use the inpainting tool, just brush very detailed selection and you're golden. Let's make another example. So this is actually a tree. When I stick my finger to make a very nice, I would say, perspective, because this is a tree branch, and well, unfortunately this would fall down, so how can I remove my finger? Let's do a selection with the selection brush tool. It's pretty much automated right now, as you can see, and try to inpaint this. Bam. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it's not that perfect, so let's, instead of the inpainting tool, let's use the patch tool. There is this bokeh that we don't want. This is too much green. Okay, maybe this. Texture only doesn't really work. Selection the source, no. Okay, let's leave it as it is right now. And now we can use the inpainting tool to simply inpaint those areas. So the inpainting tool should create us a nice gradient, a nice fall off, as you can see right now, right? There was a hard edge, it was very harsh, it was visible, now it's just simply falling off very nicely. And here we can just simply fix this. And there you have it. Let me fix this very, very fast. We can use the clone stamp tool to simply paint it over a little bit. Let me grab my pen, and on the tablet it will be a lot easier. And as you can see, with something like that, we can just simply fix those small details that are when we are trying to remove something. And that's the bottom line. And now you can use the inpainting tool again to remove all those color casts from all those algorithms. And there you have it. It's not perfect, we can work on that, of course, but this is just to show you that this is possible and it is so easy. Okay, another example. Okay, this is very simple, because as you saw the previous movie, which I will link up, how to create the mockup for your logo, it's very flat, so you can just simply paint this roughly, you don't care, and it will be golden. Just check this out. And boom. You can fix this, you can fix all the architecture, like, it's very simple and very easy, right? And there you have it. You can clean the whole photography up and you will see only the nice photo that shows us the painting, the photography, sorry, and that's it. This is another example. The element that I would like to remove is that part, those people here. So I would like everyone to focus on this, and this is very distracting, as you can see, so we don't want this here. So we can go here, we can do this, and we can do this. Let's fix this, and boom. Nobody will notice. Maybe there's a small color cast, but I don't really think so. Yeah, now there's none. And there you have it. No more elements that are distracting. We got perfectly this. Of course, you can also always crop it out. Like, for example, let's make this 1:1. Maybe a little bit smaller. And boom. Cropping is pretty much the best and easiest way to get rid of the elements from a photography you don't want them, any unwanted stuff, but this of course has to be all around your subject, not inside the photography. And that's it. Let's move to another example. So this is a very busy picture, as you can see. So how to remove any unwanted elements. Let's just say I wouldn't want all those logos to be here, right? Bam. This isn't perfect, but nobody will notice because the photography is so busy, there are so many details, nobody cares. It's as simple as that. Look, I'm just clicking, smudging, and that's it. Boom, we don't have this. This is very distracting because it's very bright. Look, it just simply copied the part of the image, but from that perspective, you won't be able to see this. Not a chance. So this is, guys, the way how we can remove pretty much smaller elements. Hardcore like that will be very difficult. Maybe part after part, just slowly. Because as you can see, it tries to fill this with the surrounding stuff, with the concrete parts. But it's not doing the best job, isn't it? Unfortunately, it does not. This is pretty much working okay. This we can always remove. Here we should do some cloning, stamping, and just simply paint this off. So stuff like this is very difficult. If it is simple examples like here we have a plain background, something on this, it's very easy, but stuff like that is pretty hard. Okay guys, so that's it. We just removed a couple of different elements. We cleaned up a photography. We removed logos, we removed a whole boat. Here we removed a finger that actually holds this in place from the frame. Here we removed all the graffiti, we cleaned up the wall so it will look a nice Here we did clean up the wall, we removed the graffiti and everything looks a lot nicer, not so devastated. Here we pretty much cropped and first removed the couple here, as you can see right now. And here we removed the logos and unfortunately didn't do a good job with this. And here we also did remove the gas station. And as you can see, the logos are popping up here. So guys, there you have it. If you want to remove any unwanted elements in Affinity Photo, it's very simple. Just use the Inpainting tool. Try and then fix all the details if there are any problems. You can use the clone brush tool, the patch tool. There are a couple of ways to do it. You can also paint this as simple as possible, but it does require a lot of time. The details might be tricky, remember that, but it is doable, and most of the cases, if you have a proper photography for that, it's very easy. So when you, for example, make a photography, you are photographing somewhere, always remember that if you have to have something in your frame because you are not able to remove this, frame it so it will be easier for you to remove this in post-processing, in post-production, in Affinity Photoshop or whatever other software you're using. So for instance, if you have a sign like this, don't make it on a busy background somewhere in behind. If this would be very simple background, it will be a lot easier. So thanks for tuning in, hope you liked it. Leave me a comment, like, share, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.